Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, by Shem Rukakodah, Shalom to the 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, Shalom to you all. I'm going to title this video, Purple Israelites Use AI to Kill Me and Fly UFOs. And the me is talking about Vocab Malone. And I just picked it up from here. We can watch the whole video. This is fair use, fair use, fair use. And I may say a few things, I may not. You guys can go in the chat, say what you got to say. At the end of the day, he claims that they physically pushed him, nudged him, or whatever. And he mentioned GMS, but he said I could have said that about GMS. Basically, we said GMS doesn't do that. We don't do that. You don't get physical with nobody. As it said, and he even read the scripture. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 4. There's a spiritual warfare, not a physical one. That's a lack of discipline. All you can do is call the cops on the guy, leave, make sure you're not there, and that irks the hell out of him that he can't sit down and go back and forth with us. So I'm just going to let it play and let me see where the spirit takes me.
Envy, slander, my goodness, talk about slander. What about the time they dressed me up in a Nazi uniform? Pride and foolishness. All these evil things proceed from within and defile the man. Israel united in Christ. That is you. I don't care if you call yourself general, captain, officer. Who gave you what title? Trooper, soldier. That is you to a T. And we're going to see it with this video. It's called...
He did a video. He dressed up like, talking about vocab, like Sherlock Holmes. And he called us a bunch of coons. Then he's going to do a video based upon ISUPK Israelites. Call it, what did he say? Slavery in the USA. And I believe he kind of changed it up. So, you know, he's guilty of this. What IUIC is doing, he's guilty of it as well.
Unapologetic, it is fair use. And it's me in AI form as a court jester. Starts off kind of mild, gets worse as we go on. Here we go.
This is Benaiah Benjamin.
Scriptures cutting like a machete, don't get beheaded. Unapologetic, my actions I don't regret it. I'm a Bible scholar, I'm here to give you a lesson. We here to get the vision, that vision comes.
Gotta say something. He said he's a Bible scholar. Now, there was a video that Apostle Ramla put up earlier, which I did a read to. I'm sorry, that was yesterday's video. Some teachers need to go back to the drawing board, and it was based around a brother in ISBK in Detroit, and he said the same thing. You know, we're biblical scholars. Now, he went into it. If you watch the video, scholars, biblical scholars, or scholars in general, if they read something, they go to the root. If something was originally written in Latin, and it was translated into English, a scholar would, you know, read every word and go back to the Latin to see if there's a problem with a word. I don't know how this word in English, what are they conveying? Well, you go back to the Latin, to the original book. So you can't call yourself a scholar if you don't go into Hebrew and Greek. And if you say, well, we don't know the Hebrew, well, then how can you trust the Bible, the King James? The King James was translated. All you got to do is look it up. Translated from Hebrew and Greek and Syriac to Aramaic, they call it in the book of Daniel, into English. Do you know these 47 scholars that got together? So how can you trust the word? You got to go back to the Hebrew, and if you don't, you can only speculate as to whether this Bible is telling the truth, whether these 47 scholars really understood those languages. So you can't call yourself a scholar if we say, look, go to the Hebrew and we don't deal with that, then you're not a scholar. You're not a scholar.
with a message. Scriptures cutting like a machete, don't get me headed. Unapologetic, my actions, I don't regret it. I'm a Bible scholar, I'm here to give you a lesson. We here
Well, the video jumped a little bit. I want to make sure you guys don't miss that. So already, here.
I'm a Bible scholar.
Now, in this, you're going to see in this, Deacon Malachi is going to grab the court jester up and throw him away. And I don't know if he did it in love or in hate, but he did teach a class a week and a half ago. And he read Deuteronomy 23, 23 and 7. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. He said, you can't hate Edomites. Well, it seems like a hate. You know, it wasn't it wasn't that the clown vocab, because he's dressed up as a clown, court jester, came at him. He defended himself. He went after him because he was in his face. So, I mean, do you love Esau or don't you love Esau? What's the deal? I'm getting at both of y'all.
So already, we're only 36 seconds in, and I'm already getting, my AI me is already getting physically abused. By the throat, by the shoulders, by the neck. It's happy times. And the thing is, that's what they want to do when I go to their camps, and some of them have. And when I tell people, the only group that has ever got physical with me, try to push me around or bump me or block me or whatever, has been IUIC. And people are like, you're lying, I need to see the video. They usually do when there's no video or when that's the point, or where I'm by myself.
Yeah, if they do get physical, that means they lack discipline. That's all that means. Hey, when Vocab came up to the camp, this was back in, 2018? 2018, I believe. When he came up to the camp, he, it had to be 2018. He, we talked. I didn't say, well, I'm going to kill this man, I want to kick this nigga. No, we just dealt with it. We went back and forth in the scriptures. The reason why we don't accept him around us, because he doesn't play a fair game. If you show him, he'll make a statement like, you guys want to kill little babies. And then we'll say, well, that's in Deuteronomy, I'm sorry, that's in Psalms 137 verse, was it the 8th and 9th verse? He'll say something like Isaiah 14, 1 and 2, or Isaiah 14, the Babylon. It's talking about ancient Babylon, not the Babylon the Great. Well, when you read the whole chapter, it's not talking about that. Even scholars would say that that's not talking about, and I may even do a video on that, ask the chat. That's not talking about the Neo-Babylonian kingdom over 2,600 years ago. That's talking about now. That Babylon, the king of Babylon, is talking about Babylon the Great. Let's listen on.
That's the whole point of when they do it, almost every time. But why would I lie? Meaning, I could say that about Sakari, right? If I wanted, I could say that about GMS.
You heard GMS. See, what you could do is, you can call the cops on him, saying that this guy's disrupting our meeting. We have a religious meeting for exercise our First Amendment rights. We don't want him around. Now, if the cop says, he can be around if he wants. So I'll say, okay, so we're going to leave. If this guy follows us to where we go, is that stalking? They would have to say yes. Get in the car, go slow so they can follow. Call the cops, see this guy's stalking us. Either way. So I would close up and leave and go someplace else. Or say, I'm going to call the cops on you. Or deal with him. Or just deal with him. See, we would deal with that guy if the guy was honest. He ain't honest. There's nothing honest about that guy. They bring up two arguments. The Messiah, that Father, and the Holy Spirit is one. They're co-equals. That's what they want. That's one argument. And the other one, what about the Gentiles in the New Testament? And we tell them time again, and we show it to them in the scriptures that those Gentiles are Israelites in a Gentile state of mind. Now, they would never go into prophecies. They would, if you ask them, give me a breakdown of Revelation 13. Break down the first 5 verses. He doesn't know. He'll make it up. Anyway, let's listen on.
Yes, I could say that about UPK. I could have, if I'm just lying about Hebrew lineage, I could, every time there's no video rolling as the C, bump me or. And when I tell people, thing is, that's what they want to do when I go to their camps, and some of them have. And when I tell people, the only group that has ever got physical with me, try to push me around or bump me or block me or whatever, has been IUIC. And people are like, you're lying, I need to see the video. They usually do it when there's no video rolling as the point, or where I'm by myself. That's the whole point of when they do it, almost every time. But why would I lie? Meaning, I could say that about Sakari, right? If I wanted, I could say that about GMS. I could say that about UPK. I could have, if I'm just lying about Hebrews like groups now, what IUIC will say is something silly like, well, see, that's because he knows that we're the most dangerous, and so he's got to lie about it.
If you do bump him and do what you said you do, that's a lack of discipline. You have no discipline. These IUIC guys are just doing whatever the fuck they want to do. They're not disciplined, so they shouldn't be out there. There's no way I'm going to hit an Edomite out there, man. Now, if they swing at me, I can swing back. But we avoid it. Edomite come up, we cool. We calm them down anyway. We tell them the truth. We tell them the truth. And when you go back to 34th, the majority of them Edomites agree. They say, you know what, you guys got a point there. Because we show them the truth. So a lot of these guys is in this because it's a fad. It's something to get into. Remember, you got to vet these individuals coming to your circle. Because the only ones that should be in your circle are the elect or the hopeful elect.
See, every group thinks that about themselves. But the only group that's ever gotten physical with me out there on the street 3 times that I could count is IUIC every single time. Every single time it's IUIC. Never been any other group. Now, I've had people from other camps say certain things. No doubt about that. But as far as actually laying hands, IUIC every time. So we're not going to play every lyric. We're going to actually read the lyrics at a certain point. But you see, it appears I have some kind of clown army with me, and they're angry jesters. So these are more like demonic clowns. These aren't happy clowns that you would bring to your children's birthday. These are angry clowns here, and obviously I'm sort of the lead jester here. And watch what's going to happen. All right, so there's Nathaniel. I guess it's cold outside where they are. And why do they got to make the captain token so short? I mean, I know he's Hispanic brother. He's just a car.
Yeah, he's not that short. I actually ran into him. Anyway, he's not that short. I don't know why they made him that short.
Oh man, y'all did him dirty. That man is like a whole foot or so shorter than the other. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Come on, y'all. You got to step up this AI here. All right, so they're charging into battle, I guess. I wasn't exactly sure what was going on here. It looks a little interesting, but let's see. All right, we got a little ET situation happening. So he's doing a whole verse. Say what, Jesse? So the clowns are running.
Kind of like some, yeah. Well, I was talking about the jesters right there. No, go ahead. There's just a lot to cover. I might have to do one on this too.
There's a lot there to do. These scenes remind me of not Book of, what was that? Book of Clarence. Okay, so now we got a couple guys coming to get me. Now, it's obviously AI me. Like, watch. It's obviously AI me. A little longer, grayer beard a little scruffier. I'm chubby in there, but that's okay. I'm chubby in real life, so that's fine. Whatever. I'm getting thrown down. Okay,
Yeah, but you get like bloated for some reason. You see yourself on the ground, you kind of get bloated.
When I hit the ground, I get a lot bigger.
It's just, they're not there yet. It's not there yet with the animations.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're gonna make me be flattery,
The castle's pretty cool in the background.
Yeah.
There's his Apollopathetics. There's your Apollopathetics. But it's the whole medieval imagery. Is this the kingdom to them? So it starts in 15th century Europe? Is that where the kingdom is? With these medieval themes, I never got that.
Well, remember, they think that they ruled during that time. They thought that they ruled during that time, and so
We did rule during that time. That's the medieval times, also known as what is it? The Dark Ages. You know, what happened is in the mid 1400s, late 1400s, you had really as early as the mid 1300s into the 1400s, you had what's called the Renaissance. That's when so-called Europeans got back the power seat, and they started putting up images of themselves. You know that, man. And what did they do in the process in putting up images of themselves? The Heavenly Father looking white, the Messiah looking white, the disciples looking white, Israelites, the saints looking white. They had to destroy as many dark images as they could, because during the time of the Dark Ages, when they painted themselves, they painted themselves based upon what they look like. They were black people. Dark Ages.
they're just representing sort of the future kingdom is going to be a kingdom like their past kingdom, but better, because they're going to have their powers. So watch this carefully. Look at what happens. And I want you guys just to stop and think for a second. Imagine for a second if I made an AI video choking and throwing around Hebrew Israelites. How that would be. Now, I would never do it. You know why? Because it's not in my heart to do that.
Right.
You can't do this unless this is what you wish.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
That's
wish
true.
to do this to anyone Christian? If you're a Christian audience, maybe.
White Christians rape, rob, and pillage this land. When they fought against the Indians, they did it in the name of their Christ. They got the blessing from that particular Matter of fact, give me a second. I gotta go into this. It's right here. Bear with me for a minute. They did it in the name of Christ. Vocab believes in the same Christ as the Roman Catholics because he's a reformed Roman Catholic. He likes to tell you, oh, we don't know what color Jesus. When you pray, you're picturing in your mind a white Jesus. Caesar Borgia. Okay. What papal bull granted them to get the West? Include results of search. What papal bull granted them to get the West? Let me try that. Got to speak fast. You kind of get tongue-tied. Okay, here we go. The Inter Caetera. Papal bull that granted Spain the right to conquer the West. Who was in the West? Canada, North America, the U.S., Central and South America. That's the West. Was Inter Caetera. I'm going to look that up. Terra meaning the land. Issued by Pope Alexander VI. And I knew that. I wasn't sure. I knew it was Pope Alexander VI, but I wasn't sure. I hadn't gone through this in a while. On May 4th, 1493, because Columbus had discovered the so-called discovered the world, so they said, okay, now let's conquer it. Let's kill the people. If they don't believe in the Messiah and the Christ, we'll kill them. If they do believe in it, we'll spare them, but we'll put them in slavery. It established a line of demarcations 100 leagues west of the Azores and Cape Verde Islands. giving Spain the exclusive right to claim all lands west of that line. That's North, Central, and South America. That's Canada, the United States, Central America, and North and South America. So they got the blessing. So the Most High is with us, because the Pope, you know, he put forth a papal bull. Excuse me. Okay, giving Spain exclusive rights to claim all lands west of that line. A subsequent bull or papal bull, Dudem si quidem, further confirm these rights, extending them to all islands and mainlands discovered or to be discovered in the future. So let me do this. Let me take this word. Let me see here. Bull. Let me do this. Let me play with this. There I am. This is what a scholar does. They go back into the history. And I'll bring it back up. Okay, what is this? 1493. Meaning. Dudum sequedem is a 1493 papal bull from Pope Alexander VI, which is Rodrigo Borgia, the father of Cesare Borgia, the sixth, that translates from the Latin a short while ago. The bull extended previous land grants to the Spanish monarchs or kings, giving them control over all future discoveries to the west, south, and east, including those that belong to India. So they just said, you know what, you're gonna take that land, kill the people, and that's your land, because God came to me and said it's all right. So that's what Christians did. They murdered the biggest murderers on the planet in the history of the earth are Christians. Clause that gave Spain dominion over the Pacific and the Philippines. Excuse me. Let me bring this back. Let me look this up. Meaning. Intercietera means among other things. Okay, among other things. And was the title of a 1493 papal bull by Pope Alexander VI. The bull granted Spain exclusive rights to colonize lands. Colonize is a fancy way of enslaving the people, taking their land and enslaving them or killing them, west of the demarcation line, 100 leagues west of the, and I read this already. So the first to come over here to the Americas were the conquistadors, were the Spanish. The English came later. The French came later. So now, come on, let's come back over here. This is what scholars do. And this is an act of hate right here. IUIC, they do teach that Deuteronomy 23 verse 7, it says, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. That means you're supposed to hate him. You're doing it with hate.
Maybe in the past you have, but if your heart's renewed, you don't wish to do this to anybody. You would never make a video doing this.
Yeah, Christians don't hurt nobody because they done hurt everybody. They done took what they had to take. Just like a thief. A thief robs a bunch of people and he spends all the money, and they capture him, and he's asked for forgiveness, but no restitution. Where's the restitution at? Doesn't work like that, Vocab.
Not unless you were an actor and you were the villain in the movie or something, and you had to play the role. Yeah. You wouldn't do this because this is not what's in a believer's heart. Do you?
No, it shouldn't be.
Look carefully at this. When someone says this image was not made by a detractor of Hebrew Israelism, this image was made by them with thought and effort and time and money.
And intention.
Yes. Let's get a little volume here.
Living without the truth, so we pray that you get it. Fly missions sent out to you to bring you to repentance. Oh my God, I just don't know where to start. Thank you.
I think I need.
Now that was sinister.
I think I need some chapstick and to go to the dentist both.
If lithium is powering the future, shouldn't it be in your investment portfolio? Electric vehicles, all rechargeable batteries, artificial intelligence, and data centers.
You're getting heated about this.
Yeah. I can't tell if I'm a jester or what's happening here, but there I am. I
just don't know where to start. Thank you for this truth, and thank you for not hardening in my heart. A lot of brothers lost in Christianity, they sleeping hard. We don't cry loud with your word, we sounding the alarm, Give the Christian doctrine, I don't need a gun, Reach on past the script and you.
I'm running from them now. Check this out.
Don't see them run, Praises for my leaders, they done built.
One thing I like is how every time when they show me in these ladder, I have a book in my hand. Thank you, IUIC.
Yes.
Hey, IUIC, was it the spirit on you that made you AI me with a book, like a parchment in my hand, and you having swords and people's necks in your hands? Ponder that, IUIC. I have
think about it.
The word. You have the sword in your hand.
You don't see them run, Praises for my leaders, they done build me up. God, please stay with us. 12 tribes waking up. Hey, scriptures cutting like a machete, don't get me hit.
Now I'm hiding from them. Hey, you know what's interesting about this video? In real life, Israel united in Christ. Who hides from who? When I came to Dallas,
we all know.
You put everybody inside that building and sent 2 guys and put a camera in my face the whole time, and everyone was buckled tight in the building. When I went to outside of San Diego, I think El Cajon is the name of it, you looked through the blinds and called the police on me. On the corner of Roosevelt and First, you got the cops to come over and say this man is harassing us, even though it was 1 of me and 2 of you. Who hides from who, IUIC? What is this?
Yeah.
Unapologetic, my actions, I don't regret it.
Hey, I thought that they're proud of their features, but this dude wants blue eyes.
Wants blue eyes.
Hey, ain't that recessive?
You know what's interesting though? They want to. I know they're trying to mock. They're trying to give you the, in fact,
blue eyes are recessive. They're really pretty blue eyes. That's a defect, so you can understand. Blue eyes is a defect.
If you guys research jesters, they're basically saying that you're sharp, fearless, you're able to speak truth and power. I mean, look at all the. My bad.
No, go ahead, bro. It's cool because I'm playing it real low.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna play every lyric.
You know, kings. You know, in medieval times, with kings, they wanted to host. They wanted honest truth. They would ask jesters. You know, they would be. They had a. I mean, there was. Look them up. They have highly educated. They were witty. They weren't fools. You know. So historically, calling you a jester is pretty funny because of that actual occupation that it held. So they're basically calling you educated, witty. It's pretty interesting. But
now watch this.
Just mocking us.
AI is AI. Can't do everything. But I want to point out what's the only jester that has glasses in the thing. It's the vocab jester. So they don't have the faces is obvious me, but he's got the glasses. So I think this is still me, which is important because watch the powers run through me by the IUIC guy here, and this is what happens.
Man.
Got something to say, I know they proving it. Prophesying to the wind, but they're not listening. Listening. My fire, the tribe of Benjamin. In this thing, let it go, kill back. Yeah, bring it down the scripture, man, we didn't skylock. Yeah, leave the Bible go.
Wow.
Check it out, guys.
Yeah, leave the Bible.
Check out this peaceful group.
Vocab Malone, you ain't smart, you a
So you're like, oh, well, that just looks like you, Vocab. What's that? Listen carefully to the lyrics.
Vocab Malone, you ain't smart, you a mock. Rise a piece of then I cut him to the
Confirmed. Now
Yeah,
they've got
yeah.
a book. Now they brought out a book, and apparently I can't handle the book's power. But here's what's so interesting. When I go to your camps, I have a Bible, and what do? You see?
Yeah.
In this video, it's not about doctrine. You're not making an argument, a sustained argument. I
Nope.
want to debate. You want to kill. So, you're
Right.
portraying this, but in reality, you won't debate. You won't have conversations. You would never be cross-examined in a formal debate. Never.
No.
No IUIC member would do that. You won't even do it on the line when you get the speakers. So, this is all vain imagination. But notice, I want to discuss, they want to see me dead.
Scriptures cutting like a machete, don't get me headed. Unapologetic, my actions I don't regret it. I'm a Bible scholar.
Now, it looks like I've got blood on my vestments or garments.
It's looking like blood, yeah.
Remember, I'm getting on both of these people. He said he did a class a week and a half ago. Week and a half, 2 weeks. Deuteronomy 23 verse 7. You can't hate an Edomite. We believe that he's an Edomite. So this is not love. It's not, this is going to, only Most High is making me do this. It's going to hurt me more than it hurts you. No, that's the look of hate. And that's the look of anguish.
Looks like, and my face looks bloody. So, what, assume the position. What does this look like is about to happen? Some of the
Like an
video is
execution.
implication, yeah.
Here to give you a lesson.
Bro, what?
Teach you a lesson.
What am I watching? Yeah, right. Teach you a lesson is what it says.
We here to give the vision.
Okay. Now I have my backpack, which I like because I've always got a backpack full
That's
of
cool.
books and mics when I deal with these guys. And what's
Good.
crazy is, let me just, we're out here dealing with this. And a lot of the Christians out there on the internet are mainly more interested in how they can get wealth and work out, which is cool. But this frontline spiritual warfare is boring to a lot of Christians. The latest gossip, the latest scandal, someone falls, that's very interesting and exciting. The latest celebrity said this or that, we've got to hear about that. But
Hi, my name is Frank Tranchita. I'm the service manager here at McGrath Lexus of Chicago. One of the biggest challenges of running a service
real spiritual warfare, as you can see, is evidenced by what the groups that we go after in the theological realm, what they do. You can see it right here. Now, in this video, they're going to cast me into the bottomless pit here. That's what's going to happen now.
Listen, we here to give the vision, that vision.
This is the bottomless pit. Watch how it keeps on going.
Come with a vision. Scriptures cutting like a machete, don't get me.
Now he's about to blow me up and turn me into a demon. And you're going to see one of
Yeah,
the...
Yeah, you turn in, yeah.
And could call back. I think it was.
Unapologetic, my actions I don't regret it. I'm a Bible scholar.
Now you may be like, oh, that's funny,
There it is.
but here's why this is relevant.
Threw him into a blue pit. I don't know if that's a lake. I don't know. But I thought Esau was supposed to go into captivity. Then we're going to burn them in fire or what? Are they going to go into captivity and they're going to get burned in fire and they're going to come back?
Here's why this is relevant. Because a classic thing that those who want to make it easier to commit certain kind of acts against someone is to dehumanize them. So if you can portray them as something less than human, if you can depersonalize it, it makes it much easier for acts of violence to be deemed okay against them. And so this is what this is. This is why people that hate Jews always portray them in very unflattering ways. That's why the old racist cartoons from the South and America, for example, would always portray African features very, very grotesque. This is a common thing that is done, and IUIC is following in that same path. That's why people call their opponents names that are animalistic. This is exactly what's happening. And look at the video. Hey, dude just had bear paws there, bruh. Watch this.
Yeah, he did.
Dude's got, I guess that's just the power going through him, I guess. We'll give him a break.
But so much power. So much electrical moment.
Yeah. Now look at this. So there's the jesters, and there's these explosions. If you're like, what are these explosions? Remember, they think they're going to have spiritual powers. They think they will be able to actually do this kind of thing. Watch what's going to happen to one of the jesters' heads, and you have to ask yourself, which jester do you think they want that to be? Bruh. Now, my guess is it was too much of them to have my face there, but come on. Now you may be like, oh, cool, the video's over. Nope, there's still 9 seconds left. Are you guys ready for the last 9 seconds? Everybody drop a 1 and like the video and leave a comment if you want to see the other 9 seconds, because it's the postscript, as it were.
It's where the truth comes out.
Yes.
And this actually does sound like you.
At the end, I don't think it does, bro, but whatever.
Kind of, well, from the very, very opening.
Compared to the British accent, yes. So in this video, the intro me has a faux British accent, and the outro me is like a nasally, whiny guy. All right, looks like you guys want to see it. Here we go. Here's the rest.
Wait, how did I get here? Damn you, Malachiah! This is your fault. If we don't stop them...
What in the world, bro?
Yeah.
What in the world, bro? Now, first of all, what kind of weird theology would even have anyone saying to one of their, like, leaders, damn you, Malachi, this is all your fault? What? Oh, what?
Yeah, it's not that God created me. I mean, at least be consistent. God created me to be hated by the Israelites, or whatever. Just be consistent in your theology. I don't know.
Here we go.
How did
Trying to make sense of it.
Damn you, Malachiah! This is your fault.
So bizarre. It's so bizarre.
Wow. If you're just now joining us, we are talking about how Hebrew Israelites use artificial intelligence to make new videos to kill an AI version of me. And as we're going to discuss in a few minutes here, fly spaceships. We're going to play a quick commercial, little bumper. Make sure that you like the video in the meantime. And
Anyway, if you want to watch the rest, you can watch the rest. On to the next. Shalom.